For my birthday, I decided to treat myself to a dark web mystery box gift. It was a service I used several times before, and they had never disappointed, sending me heaps of useless but funny things to my doorstep. "Happy birthday, Trevor," a note read on the box. I picked up the package and placed it on my doorstep, and noticed the letter attached to it. There comes a time in every man's life where their skills and knowledge has to be tested. With that in mind, I shall set you out on a treasure hunt. Please follow the instructions within the box, and for safety reasons, burn every letter once it has been read or solved. To my surprise, the note was signed by Pete, my best friend since childhood. It was a neat surprise, but I was confused as to how exactly he'd gotten involved with any anonymous service. Whether he was just an active user there himself who'd recognized me, or if he'd been contacted by the website, I didn't know. Nevertheless, it seemed like a cool gift. My first clue would simply be a piece of paper with 2 incoherent words written on it. Man vase. Could it be a name? Maybe a location? I sat down with it and contemplated the words in front of me. After just a few minutes, I realized it was an anagram. The letters just had to be rearranged to form a new meaning. Man cave was the hidden message. It was a reference to Pete's basement, a place we'd frequently spend our Saturday nights, playing video games and drinking whiskey. I burned the letter in accordance with the instructions, and quickly made my way to the man cave. There, I used my spare key to unlock the door, half expecting a surprise party. Instead, what I found was another clue. An ace of spades and a picture. Both were pinned to the board with an unfamiliar knife. I removed the knife and checked out the clues. The picture itself was of a place we frequently went with friends to smoke and relax, a beautiful field which no one knew about. It was just a short hike outside the city. I made my way there in about an hour. Our usual place was hidden in the shade beneath some trees. Once there, I noticed the shovel was sticking out the ground. On top of lay some fresh dirt. Spade? Ace of spades? Very creative. I chuckled to myself. Without hesitation, I picked it up and started digging through the ground. After less than a minute, I hit something solid. Expecting another clue, I bent down and brushed away the dirt. As I put my hand on the cold surface, I immediately retracted it in shock. It was Pete, buried under the dirt, dead from multiple stab wounds in his chest. In shock, I called the police, devastated by the loss of my best friend. While I waited, I sat down and tried to figure out what the hell happened. That's when I realized that I had burned every note, and that my fingerprints were all over the murder scene, from the strange knife in the basement to the key and the shovel itself used to bury him. I'd been set up.
It was a few weeks ago when I was watching some Mr. Nightmare videos while playing some PlayStation, and the video I was watching had just finished. I had autoplay on and it led me to a scary dark web stories. I was about to change the video, but I got interested in it. I was listening to the things you can see on there, and I was thinking, no way this is real. But boy, I was wrong. I heard somewhere along the lines of a story that they downloaded the Tor browser. I immediately stopped the video on my phone, turned off my PlayStation, and went upstairs to my computer. I looked up Tor and I saw a browser you can download. When I read about it, I learned about onion sites. Onion sites are sites that you can't access on any of the regular browsers like Chrome or Explorer. Instead of ending with .com or .org, Like most sites, they end with .onion. They aren't meant for human eyes. My curiosity took over and I downloaded the browser a few minutes later and I opened it. It looked absolutely normal. Then I browsed for a few minutes looking at onion links. Nothing really that interesting. I looked a bit more and more each day for a few weeks. I thought I found all the links possible and was about to call it quits. But then a few days ago, as I was about to close a tab, I saw a link that was in red. It said, "Enter if you dare," next to it. I pressed the link thinking I was a tough guy and what I saw can't ever be unseen. To briefly explain, a grown man with a mask on was torturing a young girl, beating her, whipping her, cutting her. I heard her screams of agony and it sent chills down my spine. I immediately tried to close the tab, but it wouldn't close. I typed in the chat something along the lines of, "Let her go! Get me out of this site." That was the worst mistake I have ever made. He took his knife, slit her throat, which killed her, and said,
"You thought that was bad. You're gonna go through way worse.
Then he said,
I'll see you soon,"
and said my full name. This scared me a lot because I didn't even put my first name. I am now writing this because I turned off my computer and haven't gone on it since that time, and last night at around 2 in the morning it turned on. I heard a deep voice saying,
"See you tomorrow."
It was the same voice that said my full name and threatened me. It has been a few hours since this happened, and I am writing this because I don't know what to do. Please, if anybody knows what to do, help, and do not enter the dark web. You will regret it. Trust me.